So, outposts. I do have some outposts. But I feel jumping into one of those right now, I'll be here all night. I cannot do much with these currently. I did get the... Oops. Ah, there we go. So I have to click this to research, but that's the first cohort suit. Because I did get the supporters pack. Supporters DLC gives you this suit for one. And then I have to click to craft as well. Not quite sure why they don't just put it in your inventory if they know how to... Nice. Better suit. Good. Good, 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 good. Doesn't show up here, but it'll show up in the actual game. New prospect. So first thing to do is essentially the tutorial.
Welcome to Icarus, friend. UDA says we gotta drop you in a safe, well-mapped zone your first time down.
He'll keep talking even after I'm done. Private.
Other planet. You'll see for yourself.
While it's loading, he can still keep doing his blurb.
There's a ways to go before you head out hunting for exotics. Right now, it's about learning to survive on the surface.
So,
Down, take a
this will
look
be...
around, then we'll talk.
Wait till it's finished. This is basically the same as the first mission from the beta weekend, like the 6th beta weekend, something like that. The playlist of stuff that I've just been throwing together on my YouTube. Check that out if you're curious. A lot of that, I think that entire weekend I did without microphone or camera. It was all just offline recordings because I wasn't able to actually stream. But we blasted through this within an hour, I think. Okay, I think I will have to turn the game sound down again a bit more. Video, let's just drop that down a bit more.
Looks like your first time down here.
Oh.
Call me Soul.
Well, I've fixed the flickering shadows, looks like, so that's a good start.
Don't be fooled. The air's poison. Wildlife's out to kill you. And the weather's like nothing you've ever seen. You'll need to make yourself some shelter soon enough. But you know what you're doing, right? That's why you came all the way out here and dropped with nothing. Because you could. Well, UDA wants you to show you
Berries are good.
the basics before they send you anywhere really dangerous. So get acquainted, then head back up.
So first priority is just getting
Good luck, friend.
a bunch of these
Stay safe.
early materials. Sticks are good, fiber are good. Sticks, fiber, stones, basic things that you need to be able to get started. Don't get too distracted by the view. Do I need to turn my mouse sensitivity up? Unsure. Smock sight in there, some berries down here, which we will eat one of so we get the buff going. Craft axe, craft pickaxe. Other way around to how I usually like them. And we can't actually do anything really meaningfully just yet. So we just keep hoovering things up until we can. We can hollow out like a little rock. So one piece of advice when starting this game is nice big sized rock right near your dropship. Get down low and just start whacking away at it. Because once you get storms and stuff starting to hit, the early ones you can pretty much just survive out in the open, and the exposure will not really ramp up enough to hurt you before it goes away. Hearing wolves howling already. Want to level up so that you can learn how to build a knife. You'll notice that I'm gaining XP pretty quickly. It's 30 per hit on this rock. And we're almost...
Good work,
there we go.
Redwood. With new skills come new possibilities. What you do with that knowledge, well, that's up to you.
Yep. So we've leveled up.
No point picking up a hammer if you don't know what you're making. Before you build, you gotta learn how.
So this is probably hollowed out enough that it would provide adequate shelter, which is kind of handy. Which means we might be able to position a bedroll in here to sleep later on. Not that we care too much about that. So first thing to do, I'm going to be making this my solo character, so I'm just going to increase... You can do either movement speed or stamina. I kind of like stamina because that is sprinting and it's also using your pickaxe. So campfire, bedroll. Always useful. Stone knife. That's the next thing to make. So stone knife, I can now defend myself. Campfire, I can now cook food if I come across anything. So I can just plop that down there. Also, if I once I do get materials to make a bedroll, I can place it in here, and then I can sleep with that. So the next thing to try and go towards will be a bow. Bow and arrows. Because fighting things at a distance, much more preferable to fighting things up close. Now I am getting a 10% XP bonus currently with this weekend. So that's helping even more. But just hoovering up all of this stuff here, just doing a big suck on all of these bushes, is a pretty good way just to get through the early levels. You can also start actually cutting down trees properly, and they give a decent amount. Actually, what I should try and find first as well is an oxite node. Pumpkins anyone. It's a bit past Halloween now. If I can find, here we go, nice big oxite node. Because this allows you to breathe the air. Basically the air is kind of a poor concentration at the moment, I think is the idea. There's a rabbit. I guess we can chase the rabbit. There we go. Gets us some meat, maybe a little bit of leather. Nope, just meat and bones. But bones are useful because we can eventually unlock how to make a bone knife. Let's finish off this rock. There we go. Stick that in there. So socketing that into your helmet there allows that to just work to... oh, there you can see a fancy suit. Allows that to work to provide better oxygenation. Another rabbit. Don't know what I was getting stuck on there. Really want to be getting wolves. It seems like a strange thing to wish for, but wolves are actually really good because they run towards you instead of away from you, which is always nice. And they give you both leather and furs, which you'll need a lot of. They also give more in the way of bones. That was a deer, never mind. But just mining out these oxide nodes. Doot. You're going to use them because you do consume it in your helmet reasonably quickly. The least efficient way of consuming it is to just right click on it and consume it like anything else, like berries and such. You can do that just to top yourself up. The next best thing is to socket it into your helmet. Like so. And the best way is to actually build a oxidizer base component. But we can't obviously do that just yet, because we can't build a base just yet. But those are the most efficient, but because it's static and in one place and you're usually moving around a lot... Oh, got a fur, nice. It's more efficient in one way, but less efficient in terms of convenience, because you have to keep going back to it. So the easiest thing to do is to just stuff it in your helmet, find more nodes as you come across them. They're everywhere. Early on, just harvesting lots of bushes and then making lots of bandages was a viable way of leveling up. I believe they've reduced severely the amount of XP you get from doing that now, which is good, because that was kind of BS. They made it far too easy. There's lots of new plant varieties I'm noticing. What do we got here? Cocoa. Very nice. So we can make chocolate, or hot chocolate at least. That's very nice. A useful ingredient, it says. What's this? Gorse. Well, I don't think we want that. It's a very invasive thing in New Zealand. Someone decided it was a good idea to introduce gorse, and it immediately started taking over... carrots. Started taking over a lot of the South Island. And the North, to be honest. It's all over the place. How much does a bandage get me now? I have to research bandage first, of course. Well, the next thing you can do is just keep mining stone or chopping down trees. Trees is probably best because you're going to actually use the wood more readily. You can only use so much stone until you actually start building stone buildings, and that comes along quite late. Takes a while before you can research making stone buildings. So let's just chop this down here. Trees almost always fall away from you, so something to be mindful of if you don't want to get knocked on the head. Because trees will hurt you. They will fall on your base and damage your base. They will fall on your head and damage your head. But they usually fall away from you. However, if they do knock into something else, like a cliff or another tree, then they can behave unpredictably. So you do need to be mindful of that. Taking a step or so back if you're not sure that it's falling into a clear area can be a good thing to do. Alright. 7696, we're getting there. Oh, we're still stealth. Oops. So we can just stick 100 wood in here. Wood is so easy to come by. Like, you can use fibers or sticks in a campfire, but it's so easy to just chop another tree down that I usually pretty much just use wood stacks and everything, like campfires and forges and all of those good things. Just getting a lot of sticks basically at the moment. Once I can make arrows, then I'll be making stone arrows, and so I'll be using a lot of sticks and stones for that. They do at least have it that you can make wood piles natively. You used to actually have to expend a blueprint slot for that, which was very punitive. I did not like it. I'm going to stack that there because I can probably... Yeah, I can actually jump into my drop pod from there, so I've got a little handy escape. That's your other alternative instead of hollowing out a rock, is you can actually just hide in your drop pod. I'm fairly sure that gives you shelter from storms. Can't build anything in there obviously, and you can't sleep, but I'm fairly sure you can't place a bedroll in there. But it's helpful in other ways. So much just random stuff. We are very close to going up another level though. We can try and run down this chamois. Probably won't. These things run fast. Ah, nice. Baited it into water. You get a lot of experience from hunting. Oh, something's attacking me. A wolf. They can attack you in the water, but they move very slowly, so you can just kind of kite them backwards. So that was very useful. Best place to encounter one. You don't want to encounter one when you're in a menu, but... Your stone tools degrade very quickly, but it's cheap to repair them at least. So I can do stamina regeneration or maximum. Both are good to have. Eventually I kind of want to just max out all of these. More blueprint points, kind of pointless. Increased XP gain when not in a party, could be handy. Things like that though kind of annoy me because eventually you don't care about gaining more and more XP. And it's gating a weight capacity increase. I feel they should be reversed because I want that one but not that one. Like once I'm high enough level I don't care about increased XP. XP comes pretty quickly. Especially when you're hunting things. Ah, there's little fish in the water that bite you. You've got to be careful for that. These will be cooked. And I've got more to stick on the fire. Cool. Now I can't actually make a bedroll yet. No, I need a lot more fur. They're always stingy with fur. Bow, arrows. Cloth armor. Oh, I can just make that at character. You used to need a textile. Sweet. I'm going to unlock all of those. You used to need a textile bench for those. But they have changed it. That is excellent. They also made it so that it goes straight on. Nice. And you get plus 5% movement speed as a armor set. But it also just increases all of your resistances. Which is nice. Good. That's a great change. I really enjoy that. Let's make a bunch of those. Queue up a bow as well. Nice. Now we're ready. Ready to hunt. And hunting is kind of what we want to do. The easiest way to gain XP, of course, is to just keep chopping down trees and mining stone. Maybe we'll just do some of that as well for now. It's less reliable, but you get more XP per thing if you go out and start hunting things. So we got 300 XP for chopping down the tree, compared to 420 for killing that deer just before. Now you used to actually get additional XP. Ah, they've changed it. You used to get additional XP for each piece. Hey, they've got in-game achievements now. Lumber Gatherer, collect 250 wood. That was going to be easy. Used to be 100 XP extra for each segment that you cut, but I've nerfed that. That's a shame. That means that this is not as viable, so cutting stone... Yeah, mining stone is actually more viable now. Ah, wolf. Perfect. Even better. Nice. Ragdoll physics. Always a favourite. Not hold to drink. Oh, that was also good. Just got some rain. And just wind and rain. Of course, that's put out my campfire, which is kind of annoying. But it was finished, at least. I'm guessing it doesn't stay lit for very long. I could put that actually in the rock, since I can use the... Actually, it is staying. Ah, there we go, yeah. What I might be able to do, if we pick this up, and then take all of those, if we place this down in here, is this considered sheltered enough? Don't need charcoal yet. No, that's not sheltered. I needed to mine this out further. Ah, it's sheltered here. So if I could just place this a little bit further back, maybe. Okay, now it's not sheltered again. It's based on... It's moving based on which way I'm facing, it seems. So it's a case of if that is a low enough point there. If I pick this up again... We'll see if that keeps burning. I think it will now. And I can just pop in here. Is this not shelter? No, this is not shelter. Okay, that's interesting. Oh, if I back into this corner, then it's shelter. Okay. Cool. This isn't a long storm anyway, so I don't actually need to care too much. Get some of that, keep that up. You'll notice down at the bottom here, I've got berry buffs popping up. So you get extra stamina and lower water consumption. And then from the meat, you get higher health and more health regeneration, which is nice. There's a bunch of extra buffs that you can get. Loading up on buffs is a good way to make things easy for yourself. Right, let's just go out again. So from what we have learnt in terms of wood harvesting not being as good, we're going to have to get used to seeing a lot of this. Because mining stone is going to be the best way to level up. We only get 30 per stone whack instead of 300 for chopping down a tree, but we get it for every single one instead of just when the tree chops and nothing from there. We could just deforest, to be fair. We could just go around and just whack, 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 drop, whack, 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 drop. Yeah, fire's still going, that's good. Probably can't make it out easily. I'll see if I can position it in the screen, but the storm bar is currently in a sort of yellowy colour. It's going back into green, and that means we'll stop taking exposure damage anyway. Wish there was a way to increase the contrast on that window. It's more obvious when it's going to red, but between green and orange it's very subtle. I think it's just due to the transparency. And now we can... Oh, we actually haven't... I was thinking I had 100 by now, but not yet. The stone pickaxe is very slow, unfortunately. We're getting there. There's 100. Now we can just make one of those. And that just gets it out of our inventory. You can just drop it as well, but then it just clutters up the place. You can also make another couple of wood piles. Piles like this do not seemingly take exposure damage, which is kind of nice. Deactivate that so it doesn't just burn through things, not that it really matters. So just being a wood vandal, doing that. Oh, there's a level up right there. That. So just chopping them to that point is what gets me the 300 XP. I want to get through to that one. Just like that. And you don't pick up any resources, so this is actually more efficient. Oh, I'm just pushing trees around at this point. Because that's quicker than just hitting a rock 10 times. I think when the trees hit other trees, it makes them easier to chop down too, actually. So here's we can actually increase our base movement speed if we want to, but we're not moving very far at the moment. We'll increase stamina regen again. And just wide-scale deforestation. Must also be said that it's just 10 things that you pick up, like this stuff, is 250, I think. Some are 10, some are 25. Not sure on the difference there. So that's a bit weird. Where were we? Not quite sure what I have to do for the hunt-gather-craft thing. Given that I have hunted a lot of stuff, and I've crafted a bunch of stuff too. Maybe I have to craft a certain number of things for it to tick that off. In the beta, the objective for this mission was simply reach level 5. What are these? Coffee, yes. Hell yeah. I heard a wolf. Killing a wolf definitely gets better XP for just like effort expenditure, but only if you don't have to go looking for them. If you have to go hunting for them, then that's a bit more a waste of time. Trying to hunt deer is really annoying. I'm not that great a shot at ranged. Certainly not at far points. Certainly not when targets are moving fast. When it's sitting down though. Seriously, too low. There we go. 385 for that one. If you leave a corpse without completely getting rid of it, I do believe it does attract predators better, which might be to my advantage, to be honest. So there's the oxidizer, so that's the other way that you can get oxygen. Level 5 we need for wooden things. For now we're just going to do more of those and make the 3 pieces that we're currently missing. I could always just keep making them and then just destroy them, to be honest, because what was this? This was 240. Get half the goods back. This is kind of like the bandage exploit that used to be done. It's a little bit more annoying to do because it takes up a lot of slots instead of bandages stacking to 10. But it's going to get us to the next level pretty quickly, to be honest. You're welcome. Only the best in speedrun strats here. One more. So close. So close, but not quite. I am going to need to craft a bedroll at some point. I'm trying to figure out where the wolves are. Could hear them. Actually made an absolute mess with these trees toppled down. And the good thing is that animals also get confused. Oh, there he is. Animals also get confused with the trees like that. There we go, level up. Nice. Didn't even notice what I got for killing him, but it was 750 XP just for skinning him, so it's a pretty good payoff. Which means we'll now be able to research the last piece of armor, and then we'll get a 5% movement speed buff. And it just makes us more resilient, so I love that they have made the cloth armor not require the textile bench now. That's quite good. Makes it a lot easier just to get a little bit of protection when you first start. Because previously it was gated behind the textile bench, which you did not get until level 10, I'd like to say. Maximum stamina now. 20 to 50, quite a big jump. Now we can start working down this way. I don't really care about things weighing less. Yes, you can carry more. You're not usually having to carry too much at once, even solo. I generally haven't found weight capacity to be a huge deal. Just gonna quickly check on something. Nope, that wasn't important. Good. Ah, blueprints, that's right. So yeah, I don't really care about the things weighing less. I also don't really care too much about the yield either, but that's the only one that I care too much about. It's just increasing overall capacity. I guess these kind of effectively have the same result. I think I'll probably stop with the solo tree after just getting this first 2 levels plus the harder to detect when sneaking. That's the main things I care about. That deer is stuck. Let me put you out of your misery. Could you critical hit, please? It's just hitting the tree instead, of course. Oh, and now he's free apparently. Well, I hit him, but they have a lot of health, unfortunately. It's only stone arrows. No great loss. Cloth head. Good. Very good. I should make a bandage because they're good to have, just in case. Spears can be good, but you don't have to unlock these to get the better ones, and then you can just get an iron spear instead. Torches are useful, both types. So that's mostly just to get the unlock next level, more than anything else. Ah, we can finally make a bedroll now. We can't place it anywhere yet, but we have one. Nice full armor set. And we can always make another couple of either of these for the XP. Yep, 240, 240, destroy, destroy, craft, destroy. Need something to make with sticks. I have a lot of sticks. Let's put these in here and activate that. So what I could do is hollow out another... I'm supposed to build a shelter. I don't want to do that until I can make a wooden base. I guess I just make a lot of armor. I'm just going to keep just vacuuming up all of the ground cover.
Before you start building, you need to hydrate. There's a lake down there. Go take a drink. Even a basic envirosuit will filter out anything dangerous.
Yeah, you reckon? Because they made it that you got, like, dysentery from the water previously.
Here in the Terror Zone, the water's pretty clean. Fish don't seem to mind it.
Maybe that's just in caves now. They might have made it so that the water is safer. In the beta, even rivers and the lake. Oh, I have hunt, gather, and craft now. Maybe that was the point, is it just waits until you get thirsty or until you drink or something. Who knows? So that's... Ah, okay, so it's the trees that get me 20. The ground cover only gets me 10. That's fine. Going a bit slower than I would have liked. I would have liked to have a base up by the time the night was falling. Running a bit short of time. But that's fine. You can see this sort of stuff when it's darker. I'm running out of buffs. Okay. Well, we can make a couple of these. There we go. And now we destroy all of these. Be nice if there was a hotkey for destroying things, but I don't believe there is. No. Control just equips it. My controller keeps trying to dominate the game as well. It's really annoying. A lot of these sticks... Yeah, see that drops things? What I actually usually end up doing is just destroying things. And that just removes them from the game. So I have far too many sticks. I don't care about this many of them. Just get them out of the game. I'm going to make some more stone arrows, so I need some more stone for that, funnily enough. And we're most of the way to level 5 now. And that'll be it. That's all we're doing tonight. We're just getting to level 5, making it so we can make a wooden base. Then we can start working our way through some of the other missions. So 4 of those is almost 1,000. Now they're coming down in here the whole time because there's ghosts on my thing there. Let's make a bunch of those. Making arrows is actually pretty decent. 10 of them is 80 XP. Okay, so it's not that great. I can't be bothered researching bone arrows. I'm just going to mine this until we hit level 5 now, I think, to be honest. Mine and also make some arrows out of it, I guess. Getting close. It's also very dark. Let's make a rag torch. Almost there. Nice. 2 talent points. Nice. Harder to detect when sneaking is kind of nice. Increased base health is kind of nice. I'm just going to take both increased move speeds, I think. Because that's going to become useful. Wood beam, wood floor, wood wall. Those 3 are the main things that you need for any sort of base, because you can use a floor as a roof. You don't need the fancy sloped roof. You don't even need a door technically, because it's easier to deconstruct a wall and then reconstruct it when you're inside. But we'll make it so we can make a door. Why not? So, what we can now do is... Here's some of our wood that we prepared earlier. You don't even need to use posts necessarily, but it does just add a little bit of structural integrity, which is nice. So let's just do one there. Once something's on your quick bar, you can just press the same shortcut key a second time in order to make a new one once the previous one has run out, which is nice and handy. Gonna pick up some more wood. So then we can place one floor, another floor as a roof, and now we make some walls. Make sure it's facing the right way. And then this one that faces the fire, we'll put a doorway in, and we'll make a door, because why not? We are, after all, civilized. And now we can place our bedroll.
How you build, that's up to you.
And we're done.
So long
Probably.
as you learn the basics, your chances are the same as anyone else.
We're gonna sleep.
And I get paid.
Deactivate that. Take the meat. Still doesn't say, like, mission complete or anything, but I'm pretty sure that's all we need to do here. Is there anything else we need to do? Because it certainly seems like we're finished. Takes a while for this to load in. Topographical lines. Nice. I mean, I'm just going to launch. If I have to do it again because for some reason I've missed something, then that's fine. Yes. Oh, it says mission complete now. Good. Done. Nice short session. Thumbs up. Ribbons, lumber gatherer, almost second tier. Be nice if you could continue to reviewing that when you do this. I also wish that it didn't drop you back to the character selection screen. It should drop you back to the selected character screen. This screen. View completed. Yay, done. Good. You can delete those if you so wish. May as well for that one. So we can't do anything else here yet. We haven't earned anything more. That's what the new missions are for. Next one is Livewire, terrain scanning. Interestingly, I honestly would have, if I was them, I would have swapped this one and that one. Geo survey is an easier mission. Livewire, you have to kill a few more things. It's a little bit more challenging. Also the Argos exploration one, I can't even remember what objective that even has. I honestly would have made this branch off this be the next one, and then Livewire be up here instead as a secondary one off doing GeoSurvey. But whatever. Either way, we are going to call it a night.